Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. I woke up this morning and had a few new subscribers and that was very exciting to me. So thank you for that and welcome to my YouTube. I hope you find my videos entertaining and or useful. So we are going to just jump right in. I mentioned in the last how-to video where I showed you how to make your own custom flooring in The Sims 2. Very simple to do so feel free to watch that video if you'd like to make your own CC flooring. But I mentioned in that video that I wanted to start a Sims 2 how-to series. So how to create your own flooring, how to install custom content, which is what this video is covering, how to install mods, how to install lots and terrain and neighborhoods and things like that. So we are going on video number 2, which is how to install custom content and mods. What is custom content and what are mods? So custom content is basically content like cars and paintings and staircases and floor tiles and roofing patterns and things like that, new fireplaces, new trees that you add to the game that are either not in the game already or are in the game and you are downloading either a recolor or a default replacement. I'm going to go over CC Lingo a little later, so just bear with me for now. And then you have mods, and mods are things that similar to custom content, at least when you install them. However, they change the actual game itself. So they can be something like changing the lighting of your game, for example, changing the actual UI of your game, so the user interface of your game. Mods can also remove things from your game as well as add things to the game. So if there's something that you feel is severely lacking, mods can change that. Or if you feel there's something that there's just too much of that thing, mods can change that as well. So let's say you have the garden club lady showing up every time you load a new family onto a lot and you find that really annoying. There's probably a mod that can get rid of the garden club lady and you'll never see her again. So that's basically what mods and CC are. I just want to go over some CC lingo so that when we are going through all of this, I just want you to know in advance what everything is so that I'm not like explaining everything as we go along, you know? So to start with CC lingo, I'm just going to use my WordPad to go ahead and type these words in. I feel like I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation for students at a university or something, but anyway. Okay, so to begin, you have something called a mesh. Now, a mesh is basically the base file of a custom content item. So let's say you are downloading a teapot. I don't know why I thought of teapot, maybe because I'm drinking tea, I don't know. Let's say you saw this teapot on ModTheSims or on Tumblr and you thought, oh, that's a really cute teapot, how can I get it into my game? And there may be something that says you need the mesh file in order to download this teapot, or this teapot is the mesh. So you don't need to download a mesh file, etc., etc. So mesh is the core file, the core CC file that you will need in order for whatever else it is that you are downloading, if there is anything else. Sometimes the mesh is just the custom content itself, and then that's that. And then we have recolor. So a recolor is literally what the name suggests. It's just a recolor of an actual mesh file. There are times where you'll find a recolor of a custom content creator's mesh, and sometimes you'll find recolors of a Maxis mesh. Then we have CC, which is custom content. Then we have mods, which is mods. I already explained those two. Then we have zip or ZIP and RAR, I'm not sure. RAR, okay, that's what we're gonna call it. ZIP or zip, RAR files. And usually they have it's like a .zip.rar. And what that is those are compressed folders, basically. So a zip file is where creators or just people in general take a bunch of different folders or files, or even just one folder or file, and they compress it into a .zip or a .rar file. And that way it's just easier to transfer between programs and between computers and uploading websites and things like that. If you're downloading custom content from, whatever website, I'll show you that. I'll get to that in a second. And you have a .zip or .rar, you have to extract those compressed folders, because the zip and RAR are not the files themselves. They are just a collection of other files. You have to open them up. It's like a package. It's kind of like a Christmas gift, You have to open them up, unwrap the gifts, and see what's inside. Open the box, okay? So that's what these are. And then we have default replacement, okay? Realize like the T is default replacement, or replacements, I should say, or whatever, default replacement. So default replacement replaces an item that is already in your game. So this is not a recolor. There is a difference between default replacements and recolors. So let's say you have a sweater in the Sims 2 game that came with the vanilla game, let's say the base game. It's a really nice sweater, but you want some recolors of it. So you would go on ModTheSims or wherever and find recolors of the XYZ sweater, okay? Now, if you don't like the sweater and you find default replacements, what a default replacement does is it replaces the sweater in its entirety. So not only can you find recolors, which will keep the sweater in your game, but you can also sort of convert that sweater into something completely different with a default replacement. If you only want a recolor of an item and you still want that item, do not download a default replacement of that item, because otherwise that item will disappear and become something else completely. Okay, so that is what a default replacement is. Now we have package files, or a .package file. .package files are the files that you want to see in your downloads folder. Okay, so as I mentioned before with the zip and RAR, you do not want zips and RARs in your downloads folder. Okay, because otherwise that won't show up in your game. It has to be .package. Always check when you download custom content and mods, especially for the new downloaders out there. If you're downloading stuff for The Sims 2 and you're throwing it into your downloads folder, you have to make sure that they end in .package. Then we have terms like AF, TF, YF, EF, etc., etc. I don't feel like you often see this in ModTheSims, but you more see it on Tumblr. So basically, this is just an abbreviation. Is that the right word? I don't know if that's the right word, but abbreviation of specific types of Sims, I guess. So adult female is what AF is. Teen female, young adult female, sometimes YAF, but usually YF, elder female. And same thing with males, adult male, teen male, young adult male, elder male. That's basically what that means, okay? And then finally, we have terms such as MF, SFS, Dropbox, and Box. So basically, on Tumblr, not on ModTheSims, but on Tumblr, if you're downloading from Tumblr, you're going to see links to MF, SFS, Dropbox, Box. These are just downloading servers. So basically, this is where custom content and modders upload their custom content and mods to, in order for you to download them. So yeah, we'll see more of that when we get into the Tumblr downloading. Okay, so that took a while. I apologize for that. I tried getting through that as quickly as possible. Like I said, this video is going to be thorough for all of you new TS2 players that don't have any idea how to download custom content and mods, or you're afraid of downloading custom content and mods and you want to start doing it. It's really not that hard. Very simple once you get a hang of it, and it enhances gameplay like tenfold. It's amazing. So anyway, okay, so next is you're going to need two things in order to download custom content successfully. So the first thing you're going to need is a downloads folder. So In your PC Documents EA Games, you're going to go into your Sims 2 folder. This may look different depending on what Sims 2 game you have. And then you're going to double click on that, and you should have a downloads folder. If you don't have a downloads folder, sometimes if you are installing the game for the first time, it doesn't come with a downloads folder, which is perfectly fine. All you've got to do is create a new folder. I'm not going to do so because I already have one. But create a new folder, and you're going to call it Downloads with a capital D. So this is exactly what it's going to look like. Make sure it's not a lowercase d. Make sure it's not download, and that it's downloads with an S. It has to look exactly like this, and that's that. So that's your download folder. Nice and simple. Okay, so let's just minimize this. The next thing you're going to need is a zip or RAR file extractor. So you see how easy it is once you know all the lingo? So there are two different programs you can use as far as I know. So I use WinRAR or WinRAR or WinRAR or whatever you want to call it. However, this one is, you have to pay for this one. So this is the 64-bit download, and this is the 32-bit download. So you go ahead and download it, and this is the free version. And you can use the free version. It does get a little annoying, but whatever. However, the easiest one you can probably use, which I don't know why I don't have this, but I'm just used to WinRAR, so that's what I use, is 7-zip. So you can just type in 7-zip into Google, and you find the Windows 64bit.exe, and you install that onto your computer. Okay, so you're going to need a file extractor, a zip or RAR file extractor, and a downloads folder, and those are the only two things you're going to need to download custom content and mods. Now, there are several types of custom content you'll find. So you're going to find standard meshes, okay? And then you get recolors. Recolors are just recolors of standard meshes or Maxis already installed into your game items. And then again, you have default replacements. We already know what that is. And yeah, so those are the several types of custom content you'll find. So now we get into the fun part, which is downloading custom content. There are 3 different sites that I use, and my favorite sites to use in order are Tumblr, ModTheSims, and the Sims resource. So Tumblr is my favorite because, I mean, ModTheSims is a second favorite, like really close second favorite, but Tumblr is my favorite because there are things on Tumblr that are not on ModTheSims. It's more than likely that you'll find things on ModTheSims that are on Tumblr, but not vice versa. So there are often things on Tumblr that you won't find on ModTheSims, and sometimes these things are like amazing and you would never find them on ModTheSims. I don't know why. Maybe the creator just doesn't like uploading to ModTheSims. Maybe they just like Tumblr. Whatever, that's their business, but I recommend using both websites, but if anything, especially Tumblr, because there's just so much more to Tumblr. Like, there's so much more on this website. So if you don't have a Tumblr account, go ahead and make a Tumblr account. And there are plenty of Sims 2 custom content, Sims 2 find blogs. You literally just have to type in Sims 2 finds or S2 finds or S2CC. So this is my one here, or TS2CC. You know, it goes on and on and on. So there are a lot of blogs with Sims 2 finds that I love this. Here I go, finding all this. You could even just type in TS2CC and find a bunch of custom content. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that you won't find on ModTheSims. Look at this Sims 2 custom content. And these are all new meshes, if I'm not mistaken, because it's Candy Darlings. I'm not sure if they are, but anyway, so that is how you find Sims 2 CC blogs on Tumblr. Super easy. And you can obviously like different things and they'll show up in your like folder. I'm assuming you know how to use Tumblr. If you don't, then I would suggest looking up a tutorial on that, or I can make one on how to use Sims 2 Tumblr. Let me know if you'd like that and I'll go ahead and do it. I am obviously going to do a shameless plugin of my own Sims 2 finds because I update it almost every day with tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of custom content, okay? And once again, I mentioned this in a previous video, but there's a tags list and it's super easy to navigate. You just click on tags list and then children, female clothing, male clothing, surfaces, counters, dining tables, end tables, etc. So that's one place you can find custom content. Another place you can find custom content, which is a lot easier than Tumblr in terms of navigating, is ModTheSims. So up here on the upper left-hand corner, you have Sims 2. So that's what you're going to click on. And then you're going to click on downloads. And then you can sort whatever it is you're looking for. So let's say you want a new dining room set, dining table and chairs. So you would find that in buy mode, and then you click on buy room and then dining. Super simple. Because ModTheSims is easiest, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to install something on ModTheSims. So I've found 2 different dining sets that I really like. So one of them is a brand new set for the game, as far as I can tell anyway. And it's this really nice 2-tile table and round single tile table with some chairs. And the other one I found was something that is already in the game. So the patio plastic chair. I'm always using this chair. However, I wish it had more colors than just white and black. And I found a recolor set of that chair with loads and loads of colors. So this makes me really happy. So I'm going to download both of these. Now, with the farmhouse dining room set, I am only interested in the tables and chairs and the rug. I'm not interested in the curtains. So regardless if you're new to downloading custom content or not, I would recommend reading the actual description. Sometimes descriptions are like pages and pages and pages of scrolling and you just don't want to. Totally get it. But when it's like this, it's not a lot to read, So it says here, unfortunately, I am not a mesher, so I could not do the actual dining room table that my grandpa built himself, so I did the next best thing. The set includes recolors of Rancher's round table. Okay, so these are all actual things in the game. So the meshes are part of the vanilla game. Okay, so you're not going to need meshes. For the table, because it comes with seasons, you're not going to need a mesh for the dining chair because it comes with seasons, or the talking table because it's base game. However, you're going to need meshes of the rug and probably the curtains because it says it includes recolors and we don't have these unless they included them. It doesn't say that they did. Typically, you'll find the meshes in files and it says meshes needed. So here is the mesh for the rug. It says objects rugs. And then I'm guessing this is the curtain. I'm not sure. It doesn't say, but curtain meshes. Here are the curtain meshes. Yggdrasil curtain meshes. And then farmhouse dining room. So this is the dining room set. And this is the curtains. I don't want the curtains. If you were to download this and you want the curtains, then you would obviously need the meshes for that in order for it to show up in game. Otherwise it'll flash blue in your game and you don't want that. I do want the rug. So mesh is needed. I'm going to download the rug from here. Okay, that doesn't work. Sometimes this happens where, let's see if they've linked it down here. So we don't have meshes for the rugs, and sometimes that happens. So sometimes you're going to run into that because The Sims 2 is a very old game and there are downloads that have been available for years and years and years, and people just don't make The Sims 2 content anymore, and so those download links don't work anymore, and it's really unfortunate when that happens, but sometimes it happens and it is what it is. Sometimes you can find people who recreate that mesh because they know so many people want it again, but yeah. So we've run into the case, which I'm glad it happened. We've run into the case where we can't find the rug. And so I'm just going to download, because we still have the tables and chairs. Okay. So I'm just going to download the dining room, and it shows up as a .rar file. Sometimes it doesn't show up when you download it, at least on Windows 10. Sometimes it doesn't look like an RAR file. Sometimes it looks like just a white sheet, which looks like a package file, but really it says .rar or .zip. And you definitely want to make sure you're looking towards the end of the title of the file to see if it ends in .rar or .zip. If it does, even if it has a white sheet icon, it's still a RAR or zip file. So make sure you double check that. But because I've extracted so much custom content with WinRAR, or so much, I should say, zip or RAR files with WinRAR, it already comes up with that icon. Another thing you can do if it doesn't show up as RAR, or it doesn't show up as the icon for the file extractor program you have. Let's say this is a zip file. What you can do is right click and just send to, and then you choose the program, or you click open with and then you choose the program, 7-zip or WinRAR, whichever one you have. But anyway, okay, so I downloaded the dining set, and so I'm just gonna keep in mind, right, that I don't have a mesh for the rugs or the curtains, and the only things I want from here are the tables and chairs. So we're gonna keep that in mind because we don't have meshes for the curtains and the rugs, okay? Next thing I want is this patio plastics add-ons and recolors. So these are base game compatible, no expansion packs or stuff packs required. I'm assuming this is an add-on, this is an add-on, and this is an add-on because I've never seen these items in the game. So we're just gonna see if she mentions anything about meshes. So we're gonna go into files, and we have the dining chair Yeti recolors and the dining chair LuK recolors. So it usually says AL as in apartment life colors, LuK colors, Malm colors, Yeti colors, etc., etc. Those are basically just color palettes. So this is the LuK recolors. These are the LuK color palette colors. And then this is the Yeti color palette colors, which I love because I'm all about that pastel. So, so let's go ahead and download the Yeti colors because I love those colors, and the LuK colors. And then the add-ons by Michelle, the meshes, so we're going to need those as well. And those are our MTS ModTheSims files that we have, right? So any type of downloads that you download onto your Windows 10 computer, at least, I don't know how this works on Mac, once again, is going to show up in your computer downloads folder. Okay, so this PC downloads. That's where you'll find your CC or mods or whatever it is you've downloaded. What I like to do is I like to just double click. Oh, it comes with the rug mesh, actually. That's cool. So now we do have the rug because it comes with the mesh already. So now remember what I said. I only wanted the dining table and chairs. I don't want the curtains. I wanted the rug. Had no idea they included the mesh, so that's cool. So that's all I'm going to take from here. We're going back to our Documents EA Games Sims 2 downloads folder. My downloads folder used to be incredibly organized and now it's a mess. So yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff in here that is like all over the place. So for the sake of this video, we are just going to go into our pretend downloads folder here on our desktop. And we're going to just pretend that this is in EA Games Sims 2 downloads, okay? So this is our brand new downloads folder. Let's say this is your first time downloading custom content. Create a bunch of new folders and then give those folders specific titles. So let's say you want to do dining. You could also do something like buy mode. And then within the buy mode folder, you make a bunch of folders and then you write dining, kitchen, living. And then within those, you would throw in dining tables, chairs. I have no idea. Hutches? Is that what they're called? We're just gonna go with that, right? And then this way, it's so like easy to find downloads buy mode dining, or even just downloads dining, and then you add in tables and chairs. Okay, so however it is you want, just I would really recommend making it nice and organized so it's easy for you to find. So let's say we do downloads buy mode dining, and remember when I said you want only package files in your downloads folder? This is what we want to see. Okay, so type is package, so that's what we want. So talking table, round table. Now I just literally drag these into the folder that I want them in. So buy mode dining tables. And then we want the dining chair. So we're going to drag this into chairs. And then we have the rug. Okay, so we want the recolored rug that the creator made. And we also want the rug mesh. What I would do is I would go back into buy mode, and then I would do decor. And then in decor, I would make a new folder, rugs. And then that's where I would throw the rug file. So I'm going to throw in the mesh rug file as well as the recolored rug. Okay. So that's how you install custom content into your downloads folder in order for it to show up in game. I'm going to show you how to install or how to download custom content from Tumblr as well. So let's say you are on a random TS2 finds custom content Tumblr. Let's say you really like this dress and you really like this dress, right? I am going to scroll down. This is the Ursula dress mashup. This is what I mentioned earlier, YF to AF. So that means this is for young adult females and adult females. So that means this dress will not show up for elder females or children, okay? And you'll find it under everyday and formal. So then it says downloads sim file share and media file. It says nothing here that you need a mesh, okay? So we're just gonna download this directly. So I'm just gonna use sim file share because for me, it's just familiar. So I'm gonna download this. Now, as you can see here, it's a .rar, so we're gonna need to extract that, okay? I like to give it a little heart every time just to show the creator that I appreciate their work. And let's go to the next one. Same thing, basically, we don't need a mesh, so give them a little heart and download. Now, sometimes you get downloads, like let's say you want to download some of this hair. Sometimes you get downloads that say files are compressorized, and the meshes are included, which means you don't have to look for the meshes and download the meshes because they are already included in these .zip or .rar file. And other times you get things like, let's say I want to download this underwear set for my plus size Sims. You get other ones that say meshes are not included, get them here, okay? And so this is where you would download that. I already have these in my game, so I'm not going to download them, but yeah. So once you have the meshes for these, you can go ahead and download the actual content, the original content that you were looking at, okay? That's basically how you download things on Tumblr. Really, really simple, easy. And next we go to the Sims resource. And the Sims resource it's not hard to navigate, but it's hard to find things in particular. So up on top, you get downloads, not to mention all the ads that you get if you don't have a membership. You go up into downloads and then you go to Sims 2. Let's say I want to download a new sofa set. So we'll go to objects. So now we are in Sims 2 objects, choose subcategory. We want furnishing because we're looking for sofas. And then again, choose subcategory. And we want seating, and again choose subcategory, and I'm going to look for sofas and love seats. So now basically you scroll down and you look for what it is you want. This is a nice sofa, so let's go ahead and click on this one, Insomnia Living. Now, oftentimes with the Sims resource, when you're looking for individual items, these individual items actually come with a whole set. You can just go ahead and download it if you want just this one thing, but I would highly recommend clicking on description and clicking on creator notes just to make sure that this is not a recolor instead of a mesh, because it could be that this is just a recolor and then you download it thinking it's the mesh, and then it comes up blue in your game because you didn't actually download the mesh, you downloaded the recolor. Here in the description it says, this creation belongs to a set. Click here to show the whole set. And it also says, this mesh has recolors on TSR. Click here to show them. I would like the 2-seater, 3-seater, and individual seat. Doesn't seem like there's a 3-seater, just a 2-seat and a 1-seat. And there's also a sideboard and a coffee table, which is really nice. And if you want all of this, so it says set creations, this is what you get. you get curtains, sideboard, coffee table, and the seats. I just want the seats, right? So what I would do is I opened both the seat, or I clicked on, I should say, both the seat and the love seat. Now we know these are the meshes. I'm just gonna go ahead and only download this living chair and the sofa. Now, another thing with TSR is that you want to download things one at a time. So you can't download multiple things at once, otherwise it won't work. So we're just gonna do it one at a time. We're gonna start with the living chair. Now, because this is a pretend downloads, I'm gonna go ahead and just sort all these into my actual downloads, and then I'm gonna start the game. So when you open up your Sims 2 game and you're downloading custom content for the first time, you are going to get a pop-up right when your neighborhoods show up of the custom content and mods that you've just installed. And I just click OK, make sure that custom content is enabled, and click the accept and then continue about what you're doing. I don't have that come up because I disabled that in my options, in my game options. Okay, so I just loaded up a random lot here in my hood, and I'm gonna go and see if I can find what it is I downloaded, right? So first thing I downloaded was the farmhouse dining set. So we're gonna go into tables and see if we can find, so I think it was a recolor because those were recolors. And there we have our dining recolors that we downloaded on ModTheSims, and they're all correctly installed because we included the meshes and everything like that. Now I also threw in the rug, so we're gonna go into decor rugs, and the rug should show up somewhere here. The rug comes up in miscellaneous. I don't know why it's in miscellaneous and not in rugs. So that's that, right? So we have that set in. Now the other thing we downloaded was that patio set and living room stuff. So let's go into seating. And yeah, so those are the sofas. That's the sofa and chair that we downloaded. And then the final thing is the patio chair. This one as well. I think that was it, right? Just these four. I feel like that was it, wasn't it? I don't think I remember anything else. But anyway, they installed great into the game, so that's that. Another thing we installed was some dresses. Okay, so I'm in Create a Sim. We're just gonna give this Lilac, okay? We're just gonna create a random Sim, I don't know. Her last name is Lilac, and her first name is Honey. Honey Lilac. Let's just fix Honey up. Okay, so let's make her fat, or curvy. I wouldn't even call this fat. Like, is this fat really? Like, do y'all know what fat is? I'm not even gonna bother with her face. I'm just gonna go straight into clothing, and the dress is a full outfit. It's an everyday and formal. So here we have the dresses. And as you can see, they are morphed for curvier Sims and thinner Sims as well. So if we go back, so that's that one, and then we downloaded another one. So here's this as well. This one is cute. Like, I would wear this. And then we go into formal, and we can find them informal as well. And that's that. So now we have all of our custom content. That's basically how you install CC. Now let's exit game and find a mod. Now we're back in ModTheSims, and mods are literally installed the exact same way that custom content is installed. So let's say you're in ModTheSims, download Sims 2 game mods. You can also click on object mods, global mods, config mods. I'm just gonna go into the standard mod page and look at the different mods. Okay, so here is a mod that I have been looking for, actually, because the game, when it spawns new townies or whatever, they always have these really weird names, such as Goopy Gills Carbo, and it would be really nice to have it be Nicholas Bell, for example. So here is a townie naming mod. So basically, to install a mod, like I said, it's literally just like installing custom content. I would, especially with mods, I would definitely read the description. So it says to install, simply put the live.package file in your downloads folder, and that's pretty much it. Now, sometimes there are conflicts with mods, so you want to make sure that it doesn't conflict with another mod that you already have in your downloads folder. So let's say I had another naming mod in my downloads folder that I use. It says, as this is a default replacement which overrides the live.package file from the game, you can only have one custom naming mod installed at a time. So this mod will conflict with any other custom naming mods. So if I have another custom naming mod in my downloads folder already, and I just threw this one in there as well, it's probably going to cause some issues. So you want to just make sure that it doesn't have any conflicts, and if it does, see what mod it conflicts with and see if you have that in your game already. I don't have a custom townie naming mod, so I'm just gonna go ahead and download this. For me, this would go in my MISC mods folder, so that's where I'm gonna throw it. So I'll just open it up in WinRAR, whatever you wanna call it, and I'll drag it into my miscellaneous mods folder. And again, it's a .package, which is what we want. And now it's in there, and I can open up the game and it should work. I already opened up the game. It takes my game a long time to load, so I'm not gonna go ahead and do that, but it should work as long as you don't have any conflicting mods in there. So that is pretty much it. That's pretty much how you download custom content and mods. I apologize that this video is so unbelievably long. I really wasn't expecting it to be that long, but it is thorough as hell. So you should have no questions. If you do, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll answer them as best as I can. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and if you like this sort of content, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up so that I know what sort of thing to record in the future. If you'd like a video on how to navigate Tumblr custom content for Sims 2, go ahead and leave a comment on if you'd like that. Go ahead and subscribe if you'd like to stay tuned. And that is all I have for you today. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.